It's 1:30 in the morning and all I could hear was the rain hitting against the window. Oof, there's barish. Ruk gayi. Assalamu alaikum, I hope you're well. It's almost 4 o'clock and I've done absolutely nothing today except for make my bed, have breakfast and had my medication. And my husband is almost home, so I need to start on this dal. He's had enough of like lamb and beef and chicken, so he said make dal. I'm not a fan of dal unless it's halim. I'll have it, but it's not something that I'm like desperate to have, or I look forward to it, or I crave it. I just love halim, but I don't like dals like on their own. But so I don't know what I'm gonna do later on for myself. I'll probably just eat it, or I might just make myself some pasta, I don't know. But I'm gonna start on this. What I'm gonna do is fill like that mug, half of this mung dal and then half of the red split lentils, and then give them a good wash and then start cooking them with the spices. And then I'll make the tadka, fry that off and then add that on with the dal, give it a good mix with garam masala and coriander, and then it's done. If I remember to vlog it, I mean dal is such an easy recipe, but if I remember to record it, I'll record it. If not, I'm sure there's loads of like dal recipes on the internet that you can follow. But yeah, I better get a start now. I've added the dal to a plate. I'm going to give it a quick check to see there's no stones or little bits that aren't supposed to be in there, and then I'll give it a wash. Some people like miss this step out, and that's when you end up with little bits in your mouth, unwanted bits, and you know that's the worst thing that you can encounter when you're having your food. It'll just put you off. So it literally takes a few seconds before you wash it. So I definitely recommend, although all the dals that we get in UK are generally really clean, but it's something that you should do anyway, because I've had a few like times when other people have cooked dal and I've ended up with stuff in my mouth that wasn't supposed to be in there. But yeah, I'm going to give that a quick look around and then wash it. So I gave the dal a wash about 4 or 5 times. I wanted it to be like thoroughly washed, so there's no traces of dirt or whatever. Like I'm just OCD. And in this I've added water, and now I'm gonna add my spices, which is 2 level. Usually if I make a lot of dal, it would be like 2 heaped spoonfuls of salt and red chili powder, but because it's like a small amount, I've done very light. 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, 2 teaspoons of salt and half a teaspoon of haldi. I'm gonna add that to this dal like this, and then I'm gonna give it a quick mix and let that cook. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna get the tadka stuff ready. I don't overcomplicate. Well, this is the way my mum's taught me. We don't overcomplicate recipes, because that's when disasters tend to happen and they don't taste very nice. All you taste is like all kinds of like things that aren't supposed to be in there. Like people add tomatoes to dal. I mean, that's unknown to me. But I'm just gonna cut finely 1 small-ish onion and some garlic, and then I'm gonna fry that off and then add it to the dal once it's cooked. Not right now, once it's cooked. Yeah, it doesn't look very nice right now, but I've given it a mix. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm not gonna put the lid fully on, because then all the water starts seeping out. I'm gonna leave it like half covered, half like not covered, and then just let it cook through, because the last thing I want to do is get my cooker dirty, and I've not even foiled it today because I'm in a rush. Try and show you what it looks like at the moment. As you can see, the dal, I don't know if you can see, I'm not sure, but the dal is beginning to like thicken a little bit, and like you can tell it's not as rough as it was when I first started. Oops, sorry about that. Anyway, on this side I have got, let me just give this a clean, 1 second. So while that was cooking, I've got my tadka stuff ready, which is half of a small-ish onion, and I think it was about 6 cloves of garlic, and that's just over 100 ml of oil. I might add to it once I put it in the pan, I'm not sure, but I'll show you that process later on. I've just remembered I've run out of my grinded spices, so I'm going to give this a quick grind so I've got something to add to the dal. So I'm going to start this, and then I might do some suka dhania after this separately. I've added the garlic and the onion to the oil. I'm going to fry that off and then add it to the dal because it's almost ready. That's the consistency I like of the dal. Excuse the mess at the side, I'll clean that shortly with this. But yeah, that's the consistency I like it. Not too thick and not too runny, but I've still got it on low heat so it still cooks through while the tadka is being done. Alhamdulillah, I've added the tadka. You might be able to see the like bronze bits. I've not darkened it too much because then it just looks burnt. I just lightly fried the tadka. I've added a teaspoon of garam masala and I've added some frozen coriander because I don't keep fresh because it goes kharab in the fridge. So I've added that. I'm going to give it a quick mix, and now I have to make roti. Bye. How does that look?
Nice.
Do you like it? I hope it tastes nice as well. Start now. Bismillah. And I've got him some achar here as well. My husband has just left for madrasa. He was running a little late because we had a builder come and take a look at a job that needs doing in our house, right? And he's from Argentina originally, so he speaks Spanish. His English isn't great. Anyway, my husband was literally, I thought my husband was doing the wrong thing by speaking the way he was speaking to, like, you know, to communicate with him. He was like, I want you to, like, literally saying like single words to him, right, with a pause in between. So I thought that's a little bit like, you know, he might feel a little bit, I don't know, offended by the way he's speaking to him. So I was like, 1 minute. I said, thinking I know better, I was like, no, 1 minute, I'll explain. So I'm there speaking the way I usually speak, and I'm like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, can you see this? And he's like, lady, like really like bichara, like as though he's thinking, what the hell, what language is she speaking? He goes, why Manchester people cut words? I was laughing my head off because a few days ago when I was like watching one of the videos that I was recording, I sounded like a proper chaff. And I thought, if people look at the way I'm dressed, right, so like jilbab, abaya, niqab, all of that, and the way I speak, it just doesn't match, right? So then one time I tried to like act all posh and say the words like how they're supposed to be said, and I was like, no, forget it, that doesn't sound genuine. So anyway, so because I was already thinking that the other day, and then he's gone and said this, I was in stitches. Walked into the kitchen and I forgot I've got this pasuri waiting for me yet. I'm fed up of kitchen work. I've got my suka dhania in this now, and I'm not going to make it into a fine powder. I'm going to leave it more medium-ish. I think that's it, or maybe another one. Let me have a look. This consistency, if you can tell, like you can still see like bits, because I don't want it to be like, zoom properly, yeah, I don't want it to be like a powder form. This is, I am such a clean freak. Is it getting better? Actually, it's made a difference, hasn't it? Ooh. I barely use this because of time, but today I'm feeling a bit like it needs a deep clean. So I'll take all the other bits out from like the edges, like the hard to reach places. And it comes with these attachments as well. So this is a plant that I bought yesterday. As you can see, bichara, it's been a little bit knocked about. So I'm gonna pop that into there, add some more Miracle Grow soil, give it the good stuff, some water, and then inshallah it will be a little bit more steady. Considering I'm not really into like bright colours, but I love them in flowers. They look so nice together. I'm gonna try and Google or YouTube if I can take cuttings off that and make extra plants so I can put these inside the house. I'm sure I've seen that you can do that, but I'm gonna check my radish plants out now and see if I can harvest any more of their mungre. And that's today's harvest. I'll wash these and trim them and put them in the freezer shortly. I'm going to give these ones, the indoor plants, some water and give their leaves a little wipe. Jazakallah khair if you've gotten to this point of the video. I really appreciate all the love you're showing by viewing my content, liking the videos, and also subscribing. And if you're viewing my content and not subscribing, please do that. It will really mean the world to me. And inshallah, I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.